Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. We're your source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development, where we share original research, explore industry trends, and interview executives and thought leaders from across the globe. We hope you join us often for practitioner-oriented content around all things related to leadership, HR, talent management, organizational development, and change management. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Do you enjoy the Human Capital Innovations Podcast? Enjoy ad-free listening by going to the Patreon page, and please consider contributing even at the producer or sponsorship level. And please leave a review. Thank you for your support. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. In this HCI Podcast episode, my AI assistant, Charlotte, shares my recent human capital leadership article, Crafting Your Personal Brand, Strategies for Communicating Your Unique Value Proposition.
Crafting your personal brand, strategies for communicating your unique value proposition. In today's competitive job market, having a strong personal brand is crucial for standing out from other candidates and landing your dream job. A well-crafted personal brand communicates your unique value proposition to potential employers and showcases your skills, accomplishments, and passions. However, developing a personal brand that truly sets you apart requires a thoughtful and strategic approach. In this article, I will explore best practices for developing a personal brand that communicates your ability to solve potential employers' problems, tailors your messaging to the needs of a specific employer, and avoids common mistakes that can undermine your efforts. Feeling stuck in a job you don't like. While many job seekers focus on getting hired quickly, they may not take the time to think about what they truly want and what will bring them happiness in their career. As with any successful marketing campaign, defining, building, and executing a plan is essential to finding your dream job. This starts with having a clear objective and understanding what your ideal role looks like. Take the time to reflect on your passions, interests, and skills to identify what type of job aligns with your values and goals. Once you have a clear understanding of what you want, it's important to seek out guidance and advice from others. Reach out to mentors, career counselors, friends, family members, or anyone you know who may be in a similar role to the one you are seeking. These individuals can provide valuable insights and help you make informed decisions about your career path. Next, conduct a SWOT analysis to understand your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This will help you identify what sets you apart from your competitors and where you need to focus on building your skills. Use this information to create a personal branding strategy that showcases your unique value proposition to potential employers. Your personal brand should communicate what you stand for, your values, and what you bring to the table. This can be done through your resume, social media presence, and networking efforts. Make sure your personal brand is consistent across all platforms and that it aligns with the type of job you are seeking. Lastly, set goals for yourself and be willing to adjust your plan as needed. Your career path may not always go as planned, but by setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goals, you can stay focused and motivated. Regularly evaluate your progress and make adjustments as necessary to stay on track. In summary, finding your dream job requires a strategic approach that involves defining your objective, seeking guidance and advice, conducting a SWOT analysis, creating a personal branding strategy, and setting SMART goals. By taking the time to reflect on what you truly want and developing a plan to achieve it, you can find a career that brings you happiness and fulfillment. Application to a fictional recent college graduate. To illustrate this point, let's take the example of a recent college graduate who is looking for their first job. This individual has a degree in marketing and is interested in working for a company that aligns with their values and makes a positive impact on society. To define their ideal role, they start by researching companies that share their values and mission. They identify a few organizations that stand out and start researching job openings. They also reach out to alumni from their college who work in similar roles and ask for advice on how to break into the industry. After conducting a SWOT analysis, the graduate realizes that while they have strong communication and analytical skills, they lack experience in digital marketing. They decide to take an online course to build their skills and add this to their resume. To create their personal brand, the graduate updates their LinkedIn profile and creates a personal website that showcases their portfolio and highlights their passion for social responsibility. They also attend networking events and connect with professionals in the industry to expand their network. Lastly, the graduates set smart goals for themselves, such as applying to 5 job openings per week and attending at least 2 networking events per month. They regularly evaluate their progress and adjust their plan as needed. By taking a strategic approach to their job search, the recent college graduate was able to find a job that aligned with their values and passions. They were able to stand out from other candidates by showcasing their unique skills and personal brand. This is just one example of how a thoughtful and strategic approach to finding your dream job can lead to success. Examples of personal branding strategies. Personal branding is all about showcasing your unique value proposition to potential employers. Here are a few examples of personal branding strategies. Social media presence. Use social media platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter to share your thoughts on industry-related topics, showcase your portfolio, and connect with professionals in your field. Make sure your profiles are up to date and consistent with your personal brand. Blogging. Starting a blog is a great way to showcase your expertise and share your insights on industry-related topics. This can help establish you as a thought leader in your field and make you a more attractive candidate to potential employers. Networking. Attend industry events and conferences to meet professionals in your field and expand your network. Make sure to have business cards and a well-crafted elevator pitch that communicates your personal brand. Volunteer work. Participating in volunteer work can show potential employers that you are passionate about making a difference and have a strong work ethic. It can also help you develop new skills and expand your network. Personal website. Creating a personal website can be a great way to showcase your portfolio, highlight your achievements, and communicate your personal brand. Make sure the website is easy to navigate and visually appealing. The key to a successful personal branding strategy is consistency and authenticity. Your personal brand should reflect who you are and what you stand for. By showcasing your unique value proposition, you can stand out from other candidates and land your dream job. Common mistakes to avoid when developing a personal brand. Developing a personal brand can be a powerful tool in your job search, but it's important to avoid common mistakes that can undermine your efforts. Here are a few things to watch out for. Being too generic. Your personal brand should communicate what sets you apart from others in your field. Avoid using buzzwords and cliches that don't really say anything about who you are and what you bring to the table. Lack of consistency. Your personal brand should be consistent across all platforms, from your resume to your social media profiles. Make sure your messaging, tone, and visual branding are all aligned. Focusing too much on yourself while your personal brand is about you, it's important to remember that it's ultimately about how you can add value to potential employers. Make sure your personal brand communicates how you can solve their problems and contribute to their success. Overpromising. It's important to be confident in your abilities, but don't make promises you can't keep. Your personal brand should be based on your real strengths and accomplishments, not on inflated claims. Forgetting to listen. Your personal brand should be based on a deep understanding of your target audience and their needs. Make sure you are listening to their feedback and adjusting your brand accordingly. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can develop a personal brand that truly sets you apart and helps you stand out in the job market. Remember, your personal brand is a reflection of who you are and what you stand for, so take the time to develop it carefully and thoughtfully. How to communicate your ability to solve potential employers' problems. Communicating how you can solve potential employers' problems is a key part of your personal brand. Here are a few examples of how you can do this. Highlight your accomplishments when describing your past work experience. Focus on specific achievements and results that demonstrate your ability to solve problems. For example, instead of just saying you managed a team, you could say that you led a team that increased sales by 20 through a targeted marketing campaign. Use the job description as a guide when applying for a specific job. Carefully review the job description and tailor your personal brand to the needs of the employer. For example, if the job requires strong project management skills, you could emphasize your experience managing complex projects and delivering them on time and on budget. Show, don't tell. Rather than just saying you have a specific skill or attribute, demonstrate it through examples and stories. For example, instead of just saying you have excellent communication skills, you could share a story about how you successfully negotiated a complex deal with a difficult client. Focus on the employer's needs when communicating your personal brand. Make sure to emphasize how you can solve the specific problems that the employer is facing. For example, if the company is struggling to increase sales, you could emphasize your experience in developing and executing successful sales strategies. Remember, the key to communicating your ability to solve potential employers' problems is to be specific, relevant, and focused on their needs. By demonstrating how you can add value and make a difference, you can stand out from other candidates and land your dream job. Tailoring my personal brand to the needs of a specific employer. Tailoring your personal brand to the needs of a specific employer is a crucial step in your job search. Here are a few steps you can take to do this. Research the company before you start crafting your personal brand. Take the time to research the employer. Look at their website, social media profiles, and any news articles or press releases about the company. This will give you a sense of their values, mission, and culture. Emphasize relevant experience when describing your past work experience. Focus on the skills and accomplishments that are most relevant to the job you are applying for. This could mean highlighting specific projects you worked on, or emphasizing your experience in a particular industry or type of role. Use the right tone and language. Make sure your personal brand is tailored to the employer's culture and values. This could mean using a more formal tone if the employer is more traditional, or using more creative language if the employer is in a more innovative industry. Showcase your passion. Employers want to hire candidates who are passionate about their work. Make sure your personal brand communicates your enthusiasm for the job and industry you are applying for. By tailoring your personal brand to the needs of a specific employer, you can demonstrate that you are the right candidate for the job. Remember, your personal brand is all about communicating your unique value proposition, so make sure you are highlighting the skills and experience that make you stand out from other candidates. Conclusion. Developing a personal brand is a powerful tool for differentiating yourself in the job market and landing your dream job. By focusing on your unique value proposition, tailoring your messaging to the needs of a specific employer, and avoiding common mistakes, you can create a personal brand that truly sets you apart. Remember, your personal brand is a reflection of who you are and what you stand for, so take the time to develop it carefully and thoughtfully. With a well-crafted personal brand, you can stand out from other candidates and demonstrate that you are the right candidate for the job.
Do you enjoy the Human Capital Innovations podcast? Enjoy ad-free listening by going to the Patreon page, and please consider contributing even at the producer or sponsorship level. And please, leave a review. Thank you for your support. Thanks again for joining us for this episode of the Human Capital Innovations podcast. I hope you stay healthy and safe and that you have a great week.